Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and welcome to Show and Tell number 140. So, once again, this week is a blur. I am filming on Thursday again, so I'm hoping to get this filmed and edited and uploaded, and any mistakes I make while speaking corrected and everything else. And so, the week, I mean, it was a blur. It was busy. It was crazy, but nothing earth-shattering. Like it's once again one of those weeks where it's like just a whole bunch of busy work, and then you sit down and you're like exhausted at the end of every single day, so you never know quite like what to do. I did get my ears lowered. We've got a much shorter cut this time. uh she's she spent a lot of time on this haircut, and it's a really good haircut. It's just not a very me haircut. It's a little short for me, but we were trying to get rid of all of the old bleach on my length. I wanted to at least get 60% off, but I showed her one haircut and I said, I want kind of like this length and shape, but I want it to grow into this haircut. And I showed her another one. And so that's exactly what will happen. This will grow into the haircut I really wanted, but we were able to get all the bleach out. But she did a really good job. There's a little bit more layers in it than I would normally prefer, but and it's a little more of a, we're bordering on, if I curl it wrong or dry it wrong, we're really going for like the stacked bob look in the back, and I don't want to look like Karen. So anyway, and the front's now hitting at that weird spot half the time, and yeah, but we achieved our goal, and that's, so in about 2 weeks it'll look completely different, which was, what we were aiming for. Banner's doing fantastic, still gaining weight, running around like an absolute lunatic. I'll have some pictures and videos at the end of this one for you. Pippin is being, his normal cute self. He's trying to be a good brother. He's trying to make sure Banner doesn't get himself in too much trouble, but he also gets himself into trouble all the time, so it's really funny. Very snuggly though, so I've got some great snuggle pics of different days when I sat down on the sofa and tried to actually see, my hair doesn't normally curl out. What is up with that? I've got some really cute like evening crochet trying to do things pictures. We did actually get a lot done. I have some acquisition-y things to share with you guys. I have an order coming that I am looking forward to sharing with you guys, but it hasn't even shipped yet. It's been a week, and I'm starting to get a little on the nervous side, but fingers crossed to get here soon. Yeah, just for the record, I went to go get I made an appointment to get my hair cut Tuesday night at 11 p.m. for 9:15 the next morning. I had to have some blood work done, so it's like, all right, I've got to be there at 8:15 or 8:45. It's going to take 15 minutes for them to check me in and get me into the lab and get my blood drawn. And then it's going to take me 10 minutes to get to how soon can I make this work? And then it started like pouring down rain the moment I walked out the door. I'm like, really? I finally go to get my hair cut, and this is what we're doing now. It was fun. And it's still icky and rainy outside. It's not quite willing to rain though, is the funny thing. It keeps acting like it's gonna rain. It keeps saying it's gonna rain, and then doesn't actually rain unless I actually have to go somewhere. So anyway, my first finished object of the week is my first Lenten prayer shawl. And this is using Karen Marble Cakes from 2020, I believe, in blueberry cheesecake. And I used almost 2 full cakes for this. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wedges. And this is my half double crochet or half circle eyelet shawl. And I did a crab stitch border on the bottom of it. I really love how this turned out. I've got 3 cakes of a pinkish color. And I might have to do another one of these. That wasn't the plan, but I might have to do another one of these. I like how that worked up with the marble cake, and I like how the striping worked out in that. I did have to do a little bit of color controlling down here. I had originally planned on ending in the tan color, but I liked how the blues were looking at the end and just went ahead and ended it with an 80. So that's number 1. So that's like, I think it was 244 grams. No. They're 150 grams each. So maybe it was 266 or something. Anyway. Done. Done. I still have the last end to weave in, but done. Love how that turned out. Then we have some granny squares as per the current use. I did end up going through all of Erica's stuff that she gave me. I did find some more single or half-use skeins, so I just threw those in my thing. So I have another bag full of partials to go through. But this was like a balled up bit. That's the gray left over from doing the University of North Carolina blanket. I don't know. I think this is an I love this yarn. I think I'm using it in another project too. So we got all 3 out of that one. I kind of like how that worked out. Where we have the dark with the light, the all light, and then the light with the dark. I think there are cats running around upstairs, or my husband just got home like really, really early. So we have a yellow and gray, and then we have 2 yellows. So we got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 more grannies done this week. I did put them, I have not pulled out a tote yet and wiped it out, but I do have everything in a 31 tote, and I think there are 30 in that tote. So we're making progress. We're gonna fill everything up, and then we're gonna start building blankets. I haven't decided if I'm going to do the 3x4 construction or the 4x5 construction. I've done both a lot recently. Next up, I'm very excited about this one. So we have 10 squares for this blanket done. A few weeks ago, I shared with you guys that I got the Peach Premier Basics yarn to border squares using my Circle and Granny square pattern to this time do a spring blanket instead of a fall blanket. So this is the circle that I made when I did the tutorial, and then I did trade out the border for the peach border. We've got that one. That one. I'm having fun playing with the colors. Once again, it's just seasonally appropriate. Now we're just into some of the solids. I wanted to go ahead and knock those out early. We got green, the deeper purple. And then these two, I'm still not sure how I feel about them on camera under this light. You can really tell the difference between the pink and the peach and the yellow and the peach. But in person, in even just slightly dimmer light than this, it's really hard to kind of tell. They kind of read a little monochromatic. Because there's 2, I might play with it. And I did have to like double check when I did this one, because I had done the yellow on the outside to see how I felt about that. And for some reason, having the dark color with the yellow before we went to the peach, it's not as monochromatic looking in person. But once again, I'll use the Hook by Robin tutorial that I used originally in the fall blanket to piece these together. And we'll have that nice peach in between. I think that'll work really well. I'm enjoying it so far. And I really, once again, love using that Premier Basic yarn to join and border all these granny squares and stuff that I've been doing. It's just like a great, I don't know how it's going to hold up, like I said, long term. The first couple of washings with it, it's not pilling or anything, but it just, you know, it's working. It's working right now. I've shared like the Premier Anti-Pilling, which is a little bit more per gram. It just never seems to look messed up. So anyway, so that's another 10 squares done for a different blanket. Give myself a project that, you know, is for me that I can work on, as well as projects for other things. I'm very thirsty today. I don't know why. I had chicken salad for lunch. I don't know why I'm so thirsty. Homemade chicken salad. So I did get a Happy Mail. This is from Debbie, the Canadian crocheter. And she kept saying, oh, you know, it's scraps and, you know, the stitching, you know, I'm learning and everything else. She did such an amazing job, you guys. And not only is there, you know, this awesome, huge project bag with, which is, you know, my theme 100%. We know how much Carrie likes the spooky, but she made me a very large notions pouch, which is large enough to hold knitting needles. It'll hold my Amore hooks and knitting needles. It's very exciting. I'm about to have to take a plane trip here in the next few weeks. So, you know, having stuff to hold things. But I want you guys to look at her zipper here. Look at how good she did. My zippers don't look that good. And she did a full inset zipper with the ending stitches, not just like, you know, curling them off and tucking them on the inside. She did a fantastic job on this. I love crazy quilts. I love how they look. And we've got just a nice neutral on the inside. I've got you the inside of the big bag. But yes, this is awesome. She did a fantastic job. And I absolutely love my spoopy set. Which, loving that fabric right there. That's part of what I love about crazy quilts, is looking through and seeing what all the little scrappy bits are. That's why I love scrap quilts. So I love the vintage quilts and like the ones that are made from like family members' old clothes and stuff. I love looking at them. They're so much fun. But love it. Love it. So next up, we have my Yarnable for this month. Absolutely in love with this. So she went very simple. So the yarn is shenanigans this month. But I want you guys to really see like all those colors in there. Is that not a blast? So I cannot wait to see how this works up. There was a little mini knitting pattern this time, and it's for a little gnome. And so we could make the little St. Patrick's Day leprechaun gnome. We also got a mini from the Arkansas Yarn Company. So this is like the primary, and then you need like a little scrap of gold and a little scrap of black. And you need a couple grams of this. How cute is that? For March, how cute is that? And then we also got, oh, come on. Some little stitch markers. Absolutely precious. Once again, you guys know how I feel about my Yarnable. This is my joy. We got, like I said, we get a nice variety of the colors. There's always something different going in here. Yes, I do still have yarn sitting here on my table. I have not put stuff up. I have not been in the craft room except to film much for the last like 2 months. It's been insane. I've been down here to grab stuff and been down here to like film, and that's it. I haven't had much time to just sit down and work in here. But absolutely love my Yarnable. Once again, month after month. Still very happy with that as my subscription box. So that's what I have to share with you guys today. I am going to try to film a video today to upload on Saturday. I don't know how that's going to play out. Once again, I'm still having a hard time articulating what I'm thinking and what I'm trying to communicate. Sometimes that happens where you just are having a hard time getting the words out in a way that makes sense. So I'm going to try to get that filmed today for you guys because I do have some things to say, and I want to share with you guys my thoughts and feelings on this because I think it's kind of important. But most of the time you think what you have to say is important anyway. So anyway, there's nothing particularly exciting about what's being planned for the next couple days. So we'll see how I come in next week. Am I just going to be like, is it going to be, you know, what happened? Where did my week go? I could have a nice, calm week finally. Maybe next week there won't be any doctor's appointments. No appointments, no vet appointments, nothing, just nice. We did finish, we did finish Archive 81 that I was telling you guys about. That was weird, but totally worth a watch if you like weird. Really enjoyed that. And there was something else that we watched. Oh, we watched 1883 and really enjoyed that. So we still have no desire really to watch Yellowstone. We might give it a shot just because we're kind of out of things to watch right now. But 1883 was really good. So if you're into the period drama and stuff, I know my mom was like, I don't know how I feel about this with Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. And they were actually really good. And it was pretty well written. It wasn't what I expected at all. So, and everybody loves a good cowboy story with Sam Elliott in it. So anyway, you guys take care. I love you, and I will see you guys real soon. I don't know if you can hear the purring, but